What is up, Yugi fam? I'm laughing because I did a recording for 12 minutes and I didn't realize that I was still in my Discord. So all my audio is lost in that video. We're just gonna start this all over again. I just want to give a shout out to all my fans at the event before we start this video. You guys are the best. You see the setup over here. You see the wait, is that who I think it is? Yeah, I had to get my hands on it, you feel me? But anyways, we're gonna get into this deck profile and I'm gonna tell you on the things that happened at this event and why the things happened at the event, how we're gonna move forward. This is Dark Magician. This video is Dark Magician post NAWCQ. We will be going over where we're gonna be how we're gonna be moving forward. Dark Magician. We're going to be moving forward with the cards that are going to be leaving, cards that are going to be joining, and cards that we are going to be looking into in terms of adding to this deck. Real quick, shout out to all my fans that I took pictures with. You guys are the best. I wouldn't be here without you guys. I will always be grateful. I will always be grateful. I need to get those photos printed out so I can put that on my wall so I can have that to remember. Because this journey is going to be beautiful, and I have a vision on how I see things going forward, but nonetheless, God first always. So let's get into this deck profile. Enough of the rambling and the sweet sad moments. Still running this. I did get my starter deck Yugi signed by MBT and somebody else. I keep forgetting. Oh, his friend as well, MBT and what's his name? Oh, bro, I keep forgetting his name every time I see him. Cool guy, bro. I grew up watching both of them. Mainly his, not MBT, but his other, his homeboy. Cool guys, bro. Down to earth, chill dudes. Some great chads. But we're gonna be running the standard 2 DM, 1 Dark Magician girl until Dark Magician gets enough support where we can only run 1 DM, which will never happen most likely. I talked about this in my first recording. I personally think Rod can go to 2. Not only do I think that, but I'm very strong about that. We could probably add something like a level 3 tuner to this deck. Herald, or whatever that card is called, expensive card. I think even when I did side in my second game at LCQ, because I didn't do the main event because of card issues and getting stuff like that. Siding this out at 2, siding 1 out for the 2 is just so good. Like, why not? I think it's just, I saw it was more consistent. I saw 2 out of 3 in my rods in every game. I saw 3 out of 3 Magician Souls. This stays at 3 all day. And the first printing of Magician Souls is back in this deck. I didn't like the other card art. It was making me uncomfortable. But yeah, 2. But right now we'll keep it at 3, but 2 in the future. You get that Herald card. Speaking of 2s, Illusion of Chaos. This is going to stay at 2. It's not going nowhere. I think this is a great addition to DM, and same goes with Preparation of Rites. This stays at 2. Ratios are important. Speaking of ratios being important, I mean, what is there to say, bro? I mean, this package was everything. This package was more important than DM, which is pretty sad. This package came up more than DM. This package was more impactful than DM. Like, I'm talking the Rod and Magician Souls. Like this was more impactful than these 6 up here, which is pretty sad, but that's the reality of it. For all the Albas will be staying with Brandon Fusion for the time being. They will be replaced, but that'll be for a different video on cards that I will be picking up for this deck. And there's a list of cards that I will be doing in a different video. I'll write that down and we'll do a different video. This is just post NAWCQ video. And a few questions that I can answer. If you have any questions in the comment section, please leave it down in the comment section below. Thank you oh so much. Getting into the next section of Dark Magician, the hand traps. Nibiru will be leaving. I just want to get straight to it. I remember most of the things I said in the regular video, the first video. We're getting to a format, especially next month, where Nibiru is going to be very weak. and there's going to be a card, a card that is a ghost, but it also ring bells. That's going to be a hand trap in the main. I think Ghost Bell's insane. I've been saying that, but Ghost Bell is going to be more insane, especially against Vanquish. So, and a bunch of other decks, specifically Vanquish. Droll will be dropped down to 2. Droll's great at 3, but I think it'll be dropped down to 2. It's not as impactful as people are making it out to be. Even online, I mean, in Master Duel, sure, but like, this is TCG, not Master Duel. So this will go to 3. I mean, this will go to 2. To make more room, we'll put in permanent 2, keep Ash at 2, and we will bring a card into the deck. We'll bring a card of 3 that I think will be a great addition back into the main deck. Nadir Servant. We'll get to Nadir. There's a subscriber that actually came up to the event. You know, I took pictures of a bunch of my fans. One of them came up to me and gave me a bunch of ideas for Nadir targets. So we're gonna have that conversation in a separate video. I want to see if I can get in a Discord call and make a video so I can like have a conversation with him, so we can have this talk. You know, maybe like I'll figure it out. But for the time being, Nadir Servant is extremely important in this deck, especially with the conversation me and him had. So shout out to him. I keep forgetting his name. I know his name on top of my head. I took a picture with him. That's so disrespectful. I'm gonna have to look it up, but in the next video, I got you. I'm gonna go through this video and hear it. Anyways, shout out to him. Nadir Servant at 3 will stay. Branded will stay for the time being, like I said. The 1-ofs, the 3 1-ofs. I think Call By, Triple Attack the Talents, and Cross Out Designator will be staying. Triple Attack that came up a lot, and Cross Out came up a lot. I didn't really see Call By in most of my games, but these two were crazy, especially when I was getting nibbed. I only got nibbed twice, and I had Cross Out twice, which is crazy. Dogmatic, a Punishment, and Shaddoll stays. Eternal Soul obviously stays. On to the spells, the other important spells. Terraforming, Secret. I think Secret should be a staple in DM. Not only is it searchable with Terraforming, but also if you don't find it, Terraforming can be a discard fodder for Magician Souls before we get into the linkage. We're talking it's easy to, excuse me. It's easy to side against decks that are heavy spellcasters when this doesn't work. And it's easy to side against people who run spellcasters in their deck, like White Forest. Salvation at 1, Soul Servant at 2 until further notice. I don't see it being great in this deck at 3 unless I'm doing like huge DM plays. Like I'm talking heavy DM combos. And even then, I'll just search for Rod effect, and then get Salvation. Usually I do Salvation over Soul Servant. If I have Soul Servant in hand, I just Salvation send. Salvation, set up there, set Eternal Soul, Magician Souls, dump Special Magician Souls, and then dump these 2 to draw 2 on me. You get the DM combos, you get it. 1 circle because we're not running pure DM, and Signature Dark Magic at 1 until we get Gaze, which is the new itemize card that will be replacing the 3 cards I just mentioned up here, and then there's an extra slot that's going to be missing from the deck that I will be talking about. I hate to be the one to interrupt you, but I have an announcement, excuse me. This card, explaining more on this card on why this is going to be in the main and not in the side anymore. Quite frankly, everything is going to be banish heavy in the next format, and that includes cards like we got K9 Vanquish. We have Malice, even though it's going to get hit, it's still going to be pretty strong. And then cards like Bestial Monsters being able to target my graveyard. So having this in my deck at 2 at minimum, might even put this at 3 because it's easy to side out. But everyone should be maining this in the DM deck at least at 2. But that's all I wanted to talk about. And now back to your regularly scheduled program. For the most part, Droplet will be replacing the 2, mainly just the 1 Imperm and the Droll. Mainly, I need to remove another card, but we'll talk about that in the video of cards that. There's going to be multiple videos coming out. I got multiple ideas, but for the most part, Droplet will be in the main again. I think Droplet's really good in this next format, especially for board breakers. Droplet's a very strong card. And Droplet also making it to where your opponent cannot respond if you send, let's say, it should all schism that can be added back after you discard it for Droplet fodder. Let's say my hand is Rod, Magician Souls, Droplet, Soul Servant, and Schism. I could Droplet. I could normal summon Rod effect. He tries to respond to it. I Droplet, sending Schism, Soul Servant, and Rod for cost, making my opponent unable to respond. I get 3 negates on the board, and Rod resolves. I mean, it's a very niche interaction, but it can come up. It's definitely coming. It's definitely came up in locals. Excuse me, stuttering. It's definitely came up in locals. I didn't see this happen at the NAWCQ, but Droplet's just really good going second. Really good going second, and a great dish off to draw fodder. I mean, just to draw extra cards, really. Thinking, side deck. 3 Lancias will stay. Even if Malice Whitebinder gets hit, which the ban list didn't come. Yo, whoever came out with the rumors that the ban list was coming had me lying to these people, telling them, I mean, the ban list is coming on that day. Yeah, you got it, bro. I just want to give a sincere apology for the people who I lied to. I don't like lying, and also I don't like leading people on or being misleading and having people sell certain cards or pick up certain cards they shouldn't be picking up. With that being said, there was a lot of controversy after not having a ban list in NAWCQ. Off topic, obviously, but I just thought I'd bring that up. But 3 Lancias, run it. Even if Whitebinder does get banned in like the next week or 2, run it. Ghost Bell, speaking of banishing, Ghost Bell. I don't know, like Ghost Bell. Main it if you can. Ghost Ogre. This was in the side for a replacement of Sales Ban because I accidentally sold it for some money. I mean, bro, Ghost Ogre is actually pretty good. y'all not gonna believe it, but Ghost Ogre is pretty freaking good. And you can search off of it. You can special summon it off of Emergency Teleport going second. So you could bait your opponent with Emergency Teleport. Have it just on the board. Just have it just on the board, right? And if your opponent tries to activate, like, let's say a continuous trap, a continuous spell, or activate the field spell, you can just Ghost Spell, or Ghost Ogre or Snow Rabbit. I mean, it's insane. I don't know, it's insane. My MVP of the event goes to, in the side deck, Spellbound. There were many times where I went against Malice, and they tried to go into their Splash Mage or their Cyber's Wicked, and I just Spellbound them after they summoned the card back, or when they special summon a card to Cyber's Wicked Arrow. I mean, it just stops your opponent from literally using that board. And also, I stopped my opponent when he was going to get into his Red Ransom, and which is basically what I'm saying. And I got a lot of praise from it. Spellbound is just really good. People have been really talking down on this card. We're just talking about how it's situational and how the potential is not there. I mean, just run different cards. I mean, if you want to stop links, stop using D-Barrier. I mean, I shouldn't have to tell you this. And also, it's a quick effect spell. So, I don't know how much more you want me to convince you. This card is really good. Like, real talk, this card is extremely good. You should run it. Anyways, run it and decide. Harpy Feather Duster. This is the part of the video where I realized that my audio wasn't working, but here we go. Harpy Feather Duster 1, really good card. Came up pretty frequently as a one-of. And I got rid of my Jewel Swimmer, my Magna Hut, give it to one of my homeboys. But Dark Hole was still at 2. It's still putting a lot of work, even though they had a March Hare and a Chessy Cat engrave. Even after I Dark Hold them, they try to activate effects engrave. I mean, Ghost Bell is stopping for banishing, and then boom, they're stopped completely. They can't even banish their White Binder to get it back in the game. That's how I was beating Malice players, by the way. Literally, that's how I was beating them. Dark Magician combos were all day, every day. They had Darks Engraved. That's an access code talker right there. And then Nadir serving the Ecclesia for the extra special summons ad for, I mean, that's game. Like, this deck was there. This deck was at the event. This deck had a great time in the LCQ. I personally think if I were to perform in the actual big event, this deck would go pretty solid. Probably like a 7-2, if I'm being real. Like, with the way I was playing on Friday, this deck could go on Friday, by the way, because days can change. This deck could have won 7-2. Let's be realistic, 7-2. Yeah, I mean, and with the new advice and the new things I've learned from one of my Yugi fans, you can see this deck going 8-1 with the. If I knew of the advice of Nadir serving and the pinnacle of what Nadir can do in the DM. This is insane. As far as my extra deck, alright, this edit's gonna be pretty solid. I'm gonna be real. This stays. This stays. We're gonna keep this quick. This stays. This for sure stays. This was crazy. IP for sure stays. I need a new IP. Or Celine stays. Axis stays. Underworld stays. Underworld's really good in this deck. I don't know who the elephant in the room was trying to say Underworld was not solid in this deck. There were 2 games, well, no, 3 games, excuse me, where Underworld came up. Underworld slammed the Malice after I would just link off their what's it called? Their Red Ransom with IP. And then Underworld Goddess negates the board, and then Underworld Goddess is a ghost spell, as a built-in ghost spell. So, built-in ghost spell. Great card. I don't really understand the idea of not running it. Run it. If you run the package, obviously. If you don't run the package of IP, don't run it. You could just take it out altogether and put another Nadir target, which will most likely be the case for me. And we'll just IP into the SP. Easier said than done. Dragoon, great card. Great card. Dark Magician's great combo in this deck that I made that was new. I'll talk about that in another video where you can do card combos in this deck. How do you summon Dragoon? Lebellion. The reason why we do Lebellion and not Albion is because if they try to like Druid's Worm me or Magna Hut, get rid of Dark Magician and Engrave. Okay, editor, can you come in and explain this in text? I hope he edited it. But long story short, if you banish it, Lebellion is able to fusion summon from, I think, field, grave, or banish. Yeah, or banish face up. So doesn't really matter what you do to my grave, really. You could do that in the chain. Yes. Sign my window. I'm happy my window got signed. And then the Dark Magician token. Beautiful Dark Magician. You know, Dark Magician main character tokens, but I call it a Dark Magician token. I finally found it. But that's really it. There's nothing crazy to this video at all. You won't notice the difference because this video is like a part 2 to this because one of my files got corrupted in my first video, so I had to do something. But thank you all for this video. This is gonna be a short video, nothing crazy. Hope you all enjoy your day. Have an amazing and a fantastic day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.